Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. I should say welcome back. Welcome to a brand new series here in Surviving Mars. Surviving Bruno Mars. All right, first things first. Let's make sure everything's working here. Hello, me. Hey, right back at you, buddy. Okay. What do we got going on today? What do we got going on today? Oh, hey, Lauren. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing, my friend? Always glad to hang with you. NWAGs, hello, hello. Australian run went so well and took them to Mars. Well done. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Australian run is going so well that I'm starting to rethink, or at least it's going so well in comparison to my super achievement run with Japan. I'm starting to rethink my plan of always trying to go for an achievement of some kind. But good to see you. Hello, hello. Hey, Super Frank. Hello. What's up, my friend? Mars. I knew Australia has red soil, but Mars, what did you do to this beautiful country that you go from a blooming nation to to surviving there? That's right. That's right. This game has been a favorite of mine for a very, very long time. I've been playing this game longer than I've been doing Victoria 3. And when they did the relaunched version, I never had a chance to stream it. It came out around the same time that All Under Heaven in Crusader Kings 3 came out, same time that EU5 first came out, so kind of got pushed to the back a little bit. And so we've done twice Surviving Mars where I just stopped playing another game and went to this one. So now this is the first dedicated series to it, so I'm kind of excited for it. I'm doing well currently in Deep with IL-2 Sturmovik. Really enjoying it. I don't know that. What is that game? Is that, I'm assuming that's a game, right? What is that? Sounds cool though, if you're really enjoying it. All right, let's get started on this one. So we're going to do a new game here. So we're going to play as the Terraforming Initiative and work towards creating a green Mars. So this is normal difficulty. I really seriously considered doing a series where we're kind of role-playing that Paradox Interactive sent a mission to Mars. Maybe the next series that we do, but I do really want to terraform Mars here. And so we start with only 2 rockets. All terraforming techs are 50% cheaper for research. Forestation plants do not require power, which is nice. We can import the dozers. We start with Martian vegetation and interplanetary projects. So we'll do that. Now, with the futurist, I always like the psychologist. Colonists recover 5 additional sanity while resting in their homes. Is kind of nice. And then you get that behavioral shaping thing, but also the city mayor is kind of good. But I do think the astrogeologist, starting with a rare metals deposit right next to you, is actually pretty nice. Extractor production increased by 10%, and you start with deep scanning. So we're going to start with the astrogeologist. Hey, DeWolfie, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Sounds like a 4th tier Norwegian football club. It does, right? IL-2 Sturmovik. Not even a top tier Norwegian club, the 4th tier. Oh my god. Oh, it's a flight simulator set in World War II. You create a pilot and fly all the same general missions every day of a real-life squad. You're not a hero, just one person. History doesn't change. You just relive it. Whoa, that does sound really cool. I am actually going to check that out. I do like a good flight simulator. Hey, Jabba, what's up? What's up? Yes, an actual start. We are actually doing a series here. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I know you're a fellow survivalist. A Mars survivalist, as we'll say. Each career has about roughly 150 to 200 missions to fly, from exciting to extremely boring. If the unit you chose did boring patrols without combat, You'll be doing it too. That's amazing. So real to life. Do total RP and choose ecologist. Actually, yeah, what does the ecologist get us? Yeah, service comfort from decorations, the hanging gardens. Yeah. Now, we're really going to need that rare metals deposit, so we'll do that. The mystery we're going to do is the last war. We'll probably play this series up until the last war is done, because it does take a very, very long time to fully terraform Mars. But this one is a cool storyline. Founding faction, probably the Green Mars Coalition we should choose, right? Rival colonies, China, Russia. Yeah, China, Russia, Europe, why not? Oh, colony name, Mars Cuts. We'll start with for now. All right. And yeah, we'll have our logo will be the terraforming one here. All right. You got accepted into college today. Whoa, nice. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. Good for you. What are you going to be studying? Do you know yet? You know, actually, if you don't know, that's also fine. It's awful whenever anybody says that, because you don't always need to start with a major. But congrats. If you want to get into it, a new one is coming out soon called IL2 Korea. Oh my god, set in the Korean War time period. Wow, wow, wow. Very cool. I was intrigued by this game, but you can only buy the relaunch version on Steam for 40 or no. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that I find it interesting that they did that, where the original game is just, you can no longer get it. It's just this relaunch version. Which is also kind of disappointing, because the original version was also on Mac, and this relaunched one isn't. And my laptop is a Mac, so I was kind of annoyed by that. Mars Cut sounds like some prime deli meat, yeah. Yeah, it does, right? It sounds like some funky prime deli meat. Business administration, nice, nice. Congrats, congrats, congrats. I've only got the original version of this game. Ah, yes. Yeah, it's very cool. This relaunched version, it's on a different what do you call it? Like Unreal Engine 5, like the whatever the base thing. I can't believe, what kind of gamer am I? I'm forgetting the term. Engine. They put on a new engine. They fixed a lot of the bugs in it. All the DLC from the original game just comes with the relaunched one, and then there's a whole new political system. All right, so let's do this. We only have 2 rockets to work with, so we might add more polymers, but let's just start at 5 so I can move everything around. We'll start at 5 seeds. So we want a drone hub, we want a moisture vaporator, and a fuel refinery in case we land somewhere where we have absolutely no water. 1 Stirling generator. We want, oof, this rocket does not carry a lot. Yeah, we're not starting with the dozer. We definitely want a transport to start. It's too bad we're not going to be able to get an explorer with us. Yeah, oh wait, no, I did that in the wrong way. I didn't want that. I wanted 15 polymers, 10 machine parts. Now, we're going to be sending the second rocket right after this one. And we have one more. We'll give ourselves an extra drone. We have 4 orbital probes. So this is what we'll start with. Also, as expected, Prussia did attack once the truce ended. Oh, man. I had built enough force to hold them off with the help of Austria and France. But they caved, and I had to peace out, too. Oh, man. As little Bavaria had an army size equal to Prussia's. Wow, wow, nice. That's tough to do. That's tough to do. Oh, yeah, I gotta load that up. I'm so knee-deep in Sardinia, Piedmont, and Italian unification. All right, so we have a lot of resources here, but we're gonna get constant dust storms. I'd like to knock the dust storms down 1. Yeah, there we go. It's not a bad spot. relatively flat. All right. So this will be our spot on Mars here. So let's start it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, of course. That's exciting news. I'll put on my wish list. I assume there will be a Steam Space Week soon. Yeah, that's true, right? There's always something like that. All right, Mission Control, log number 1. Welcome to Mars. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down and unloading its precious cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. So let's start paused. Okay. Okay, so we got a high concrete there. We've got this over here, so let's do our orbital probes first. We'll do everything in our immediate vicinity. So no metals. Ah, we got water right here. So maybe... I think we'll touch the rock. I think we'll make this our general vicinity to start. And then we can always put a control RC commander out there to cover that. So let's put the rocket down over here, because we're going to end up putting a drone hub over here. So rocket will go there. Let's set our research. Yes, nice. We start with the advanced Martian engines. Let's do that. The robotics. Yeah, increase sponsor research. We're going to end up moving this around anyway, because we need some engineering and robotics ones to start. But we do want to... Oh, yeah, we do want to get biotech going, because I like to start with a farm. And then physics. The vegetation parameter represents the spreading and diversity of vegetation and bacterial life on a planetary scale. Its improvement boosts local vegetation growth speed and spread. Vegetation is increased by working forestation plants and by completing special projects. You know, I shouldn't have included seeds on the initial rocket, because I'm not going to be building a vegetation plant immediately. Congratulations, you have successfully made the first step towards turning Mars into a lush green heaven. You have unlocked the seeds resource that can be imported from Earth. This is the info you get when you unlock when you research Martian vegetation, and so we start with it. Seeds are stored into specialized storages and used by forestation plants. Yeah, kind of a tutorial here. We don't need that. But being thrown out of their power block would have had the spiral into a bankruptcy loop. Oh, so I binned that run. Yeah, sounds like you should try again, though. You shouldn't abandon it. Try again. I mean, they even put Vicky 3 on sale because of Train Week. I thought that was kind of funny. I get it. There's trains in it. But, you know. Yeah, that was kind of a funny one. I fired up Vicky 3 again today, and I understand what I'm doing, but I still suck to get where I want to go. So many hours watching Hammond still, but... The secret is nobody's ever really good at it. We're all just on different levels of bad. It's a very clean GUI, not only for Paradox games, but in general. Yeah. But the top row looks very, you need to know what to do. Yeah. The UI actually got a big overhaul in this relaunched version. It used to look a lot different, but I do like the UI. Now, I should say this game is only published by Paradox. It's made by Hamamont Games, the ones that made Stranded, Alien Dawn. All right, so we're going to load up the second rocket, since now we know what we have. We don't need another moisture vaporator. So we do want an RC commander. 4 drones. Make sure get all of that stuff. And we do have a limited number of resources here. Actually, hold on. Before we start, how much water can we get from this? Oh, it's low. Okay. So we should load up another moisture vaporator. We want the commander. We'll do one of these. Maybe 2. No, we'll do 1. It's nice to have 2 transports. And a second generator. And give us 1 more there. Perfect. Alright. We're ready to unpause. Let's go. Ah, so City Skyline's kind of set up. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It is kind of like that. So, it's a Paradox game. It's funny, though. I could be totally wrong about this, but I had read in the in-between stage from the last Surviving Mars DLC to this, there had been, like, some talks, some speculation that Hamamon Games was kind of, they didn't want to work on it anymore. And so it sounds like it was really Paradox that kept the game going. They wanted to keep it going. I could be wrong about that. That's something I read online, so take that with a grain of salt. All right, we want our drone hub here. It's a good spot right here. Maybe a little bit more, because we're not building as much over there. There we go, we'll do this. Now, the way I like to set up the initial drone hub here is get your Stirling generator started. Get your first sensor tower. And then start getting a power accumulator. First thing you really want to build is a concrete extractor, because you need that for so much. So it says too far from drone commander, but that's only because we don't have the drone hub set yet. And then let's get some power cables going to it. All right, so that's good for now. Oh, and then, actually, yeah, hold on. We'll put the power cables... I'll explain why I'm doing all this in a moment. Let's set the power cables from there. Okay, because I do like to put our depot close to here. So I'd like to start with a universal one, a metals one, and a concrete one, like that. Oh, let's take a save just because we got our planet and everything set. So we'll just do, like, stream. There's no country name or anything. All right, look at that. I haven't played with the Terraforming Initiative before. We got a little green theme going there. All right, so now that we got the drone hub, let's get all of the drones commanded there. All right, so we'll let this start. Oh, damn it. I didn't take an explorer. All right, we're going to have to do a supply pod for that, because we really do need to be able to start exploring those things. Costs 100k extra, though, because of the supply pod, but whatever. Also, my warless Super Germany run took a bad turn. Prussia attacked, so I liberated everything and humiliated them. I did not choose violence. They did. Now I want the Strait of Gibraltar for max tolling everywhere. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it is really tough to do unification without war. I think an exception should be the leadership war. That war you have to do. And then wars where part of your homelands are being liberated. So like in the Italian one, You know, I'm having like San Marco declaring independence from Austria, and I'm joining in that. So there is war to do. So I think it's just no conquest is the way to go about it. All right, so let's go put our initial iron or metals over here. Let's put a high priority on this. Fine, I will restart. If you're gonna twist my arm about it. Oh, damn, what am I doing? Sorry, everybody. We're not scanning any sectors. Whoops. Whoopsie. There we go. Seeds are now available. Seeds are a new resource which can improve local soil quality and the global vegetation parameter. Yep. Now let's, because the drones are going to want to empty all of these resources off here. It's going to take them forever. Let's use this guy to just go do that much quicker for them. All right. Go to the next speed for a little bit as we set things up. But, and I think they should rework it. If you win the leadership play as Austria, Prussia is not in the unification play. So I need to avoid that. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's... Now that I haven't done a unification run in quite a while. Now that I'm doing one again, I am realizing, yeah, there's quite a bit, actually, I think, that needs to be reworked with the unification mechanic. I'm confused over how the Italian unification works. Yeah, I would say, I think one of the big elements of it is that, and I think something that gets missed a lot when I'm looking up, I've been looking up, like, what some people have been doing, and I think something that a lot of people miss is, okay, so we're going to set this transport, just collect all the metals around and place them here. The cultural fervor of the Italian, of your primary culture, so depending on whether you're in the north or the south, you really need to raise your cultural fervor a lot, because that will raise the activism of the Italian national movement, which will help speed up unification. And that's kind of I think a big step of it. Hey, New Joe, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Don't be like me and go from land-based taxation to consumption. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to do. Oh, man. Oh, nice. We got our concrete extractor. Let's add a dumping site over here, out of the way. Terraforming buildings are now available. Construct them to consume seeds, affect the local soil quality and vegetation, and to increase the 4 global terraforming parameters: atmosphere, temperature, water, and vegetation. The easiest way is still get an obligation from Russia so they don't join against you, renegotiate your defensive pact with Prussia, and humiliate and attack them until they are not a major power. Yeah, then you can form Super Germany once you have pan-nationalism. Yeah, I think in mine I'm going to have to go for a humiliation against 2 Sicilies. I don't know if that goes against my... I mean, it's not conquest, a humiliation war. Then the follow-up are, what are the best ways to raise fervor? Yeah, so the best ways to raise fervor are having high literacy and having a lot of academics in your country. So when I release this video, you're going to see something very un-Hamcuts, like, I'm going to be building a lot of universities. Yeah, the more universities you have, the more fervor you'll get. I didn't realize it would be the only taxation option. Yeah, consumption-based taxation is a tough one. It is a tough one. Ah, here we go. We got this guy. This is going to be our little explorer guy. Yeah, so now let's start building up some power infrastructure here. So I don't want to, I don't like to open up the Stirling generator. If it stays closed, you don't pay any maintenance costs. Actually, I don't want to put that one there. Put that there. So, like, the one polymer, you don't ever raise the maintenance if you keep it closed. But I would like the power accumulator to start getting power. God, we get a lot of these terraforming hints. New terraforming special projects are available, yeah, on the planetary view. Nice. They are marked in green. Completing them will advance our terraforming efforts. Send a rocket on an expedition to complete a terraforming special project. Further terraforming info is available in the encyclopedia. So I want to here, let's get this out of the way. I want to research this, start scanning this guy to get it out of the way, because I'd like to put the first dome right here. Then we'll load that up. Yeah, we only have the 2. Oh, you know, we're very far away from the underground entrance. That's going to be interesting. And then we need to flatten this terrain out in preparation. All right, so let's do that. Mechanics I've never dabbled with. Yeah, I had to refresh myself on Fervor because it's been a long time since I've really paid a lot of attention to it. I had to pull up one of my old, I had to pull up the script I wrote for the Cultural Fervor tutorial video and go through it and be like, okay, what's the deal with this again? Hey, I'm teaching his pops how to read. What's next? Writing. Kids out of the mines. Yeah, I got to get those kids out of the mines because you can raise the education institution to get more literacy. It's just a completely un-Hamcuts like run. Best way is if you manage to spawn a revolution in Prussia, they are normally pro-Austria. Oh, so they even join on your side in the play. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I feel like when I'm done with this this Italian unification run, just for my own offline run, I want to go do a German unification run again. I haven't done one of those in a long time either. Getting those hints probably because you choose a terraforming focus faction. Yeah. Well, no, actually, so I'm getting the hints mainly because we start off with multiple terraforming techs. Yeah, we start off with Martian vegetation and interplanetary projects. So if we had just researched these like normal, we would have gotten all those hints. Problem is, because we start with both, we just get bombarded with all the terraforming hints. I wonder if there's an option to turn that off, because like, I don't need the hints. At least not for those. I like the little green theme you can do here. You can change the color theme here. They have, yeah, Hearts of Iron. This is if you play as Paradox, the Paradox Interactive sponsor. You get a Hearts of Iron theme. So you can change all this up. But we are going to stay on... Indian saffron, that's kind of cool. All right. Yeah, we're going to stay on the rainforest one. Oh, wait, I feel like this now... Sorry. Sorry, everybody. This is useless, but... I feel like it's a different shade. Right? Weren't we like a different shade of green? Yeah, Dream of Green. We'll stick with whatever the default one was there. I will be on Discord if you want some input on your own Super Germany run. Nice, nice. Yeah, when I start doing that, I'll start posting about it. Get some hints from you. But now I will stop with boring Earth and focus on Planet Musk. Yeah, this will be known in a few years. Oh my god. I should have made one of the other colonies space-wise so I could just, like, battle them. The water parameter represents the quality and volume of water on the Martian surface. Large enough quantities of liquid water will form planetary seas and oceans and affect vegetation. Water is increased by evaporation from lakes and by completing special projects. The water tooltip provides further info. Thank you, thank you. There's probably an option in the game menu. Yeah, right? I should probably just explore that to find that. Alright, we're about to get our other rocket here. Alright, alright.
Anomaly found. Sector scan.
Alright, so let's add that to the queue tasks. Alright. Oh yeah, let's get this back to Earth. Yeah, so 50 fuel, that's a lot. Which is why the first thing we want is this advanced Martian engines. It'll lower that down. Ah, yes, here we go. This is some of the stuff I was looking for. I'd like to have the first dome start with a farm like that. And then we'll go with low G drive. And then this will be the next one so we can get a polymer factory going. Actually, no. I also like to start with the apartment complex, and we need to get more engineering techs to do that. Oh, actually, I forgot too. We should look at our mission goals because we get some special stuff. So what are we trying to get? Research 8 terraforming technologies, and we get 100 additional sponsor research. The sponsor research is the base amount of research you get. So we start with 100, which is very low, and then you can add to it with certain things like certain techs. Like this will permanently increase it by 100. Eventually we can like pay for more research from Earth. We can get research buildings, genius colonists, stuff like that. So our first one is this. 25% terraforming progress. We get 2 small lake prefabs. So we can build something that will get us 2 small lakes. 35% overall terraforming progress. We get 10,000 research points. 60% we get a new rocket. Construct a capital city, 200 enthusiast applicants. You know, I have to say, I'm not too, like, the mission goals for the Terraforming Initiative, not that great. All nice to have, but, you know, nothing to write home about. So, part of the reason why I wanted to start with one of these rare metals near us is we need a way to, like, earn money. We are not going to get periodic funding. And so you can sell these rare metals back on Earth. There's other ways to earn funding as well, but starting off with a rare metals near you is very helpful for that. Let me in these kinds of games. Oh, like me in these kinds of games, first priority are always to be self-sufficient in food. Yes. Yep. Food is a very big one. This is one of those games where it's like the larger you expand the colony, the more complicated all your resource allocations are. So things can really spiral out of control. Speaking of which, like an idiot, I didn't start us off with the fuel refinery that I had purposely gotten right at the beginning. All right, so we got 2 of these. Let's get another one of these guys going. So we don't want these to overlap because we'll get less water out of the building. So you gotta keep them spaced out. Oh yeah, we got an additional Stirling generator. Let's put that there.
A building has stopped working.
Oh yeah. We know. We just need to get some water going to it. Let's put this guy over here. Okay, this is all flat, so now we can place our dome. So we want it in range of the metals here. Can't build over this terrain. Okay, we gotta flatten things out a little bit more. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's new. All right. See, the problem is if you don't... I don't know if they fix this, but in the original version, if you do have things that are like uneven, you end up getting a whole bunch of difficult building spots because you have uneven land. The message screen is dark and only a vague silhouette of a bald man can be seen. The man speaks with a modulated voice. Commander, we have an offer for you. Recently, our organization has run into severe problems with one of our more delicate projects. We want you to take care of it. All in all, the mysterious man wants you to shelter a number of cloned people in your colony. No questions asked, no answers given. Man, if we were a doctor and inventor, we could do something there. Oh, but we'll gain 1 million and 10 officer clone applicants. Sure. The atmosphere parameter represents the density and the composition of the Martian atmosphere. Above certain density, atmosphere is gradually lost over time due to the lack of a natural magnetic field on Mars. Atmosphere is increased by buildings in the terraforming build menu and by completing special projects. We only have 2 rockets, so we're going to keep 1 here to possibly do some of these other projects. No clones on our colony. Genuine people only. Yeah, I think that actually will cause some tension at some point. I think there is something like that. Ah, yes. Extraterrestrial capitalism advertised by Hollywood celebrities. I guess you could count on him. Oh, hey, Machiavelli. Hello, hello. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Oh, yeah, you could totally go Hollywood on this. There is something that will generate you money here. You can build a TV studio in one of the domes so that they can create, like, Martian reality shows back for Earth. If you so choose to do it. When this is done, I want to put our oxygen generator here, and then we can start putting up a water tower. Because we're generating 1 extra unit of water here. Eventually, so I need to build this out here. Because to actually get the dome going, we're going to need more than just these 2 moisture vaporators. We might as well use that. That's why we got this guy. But we'll wait until we get the dome placed. Oh, I was making a Bruno Mars song pun. I'm not very versed in Bruno Mars songs, man. I'm just borrowing his name for the pun. I'll have to look up what that pun is. But where is Matt Damon? Do you know, I noticed that they I was looking at the list of achievements, And the original game had an achievement called Mark Watney, where when the initial round of people you send, if you just send one person and they survive the founder phase, you get an achievement. But it looks like they got rid of that one. It's kind of disappointed. Yeah, see, look at this. I'm having a problem with the level of the terrain. We can fix that later. It'll be far enough away from the dome. So let's place our initial dome here. Let's get some... Let's get some electricity going to it. Let's get that going. In all fairness, starting a Mars colony would be that generation's moon landing event. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago. My wife and I were talking about, like, Mars and stuff, as we do sometimes. I was saying that like, when we at some point in time get a person on Mars, that's going to be like a moon landing event. Because we were talking about how, like, I don't think I'll ever see, in my lifetime, a colony on Mars. But I do think at some point in my lifetime, we'll see a person landing on Mars. All right, so let's... oh, you know what? I shouldn't have been building this.
Warning. Split life support grid.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's put this right here. Get rid of that. And then I think it's always good to start with... oh. The subsurface anomaly yielded a trove of new scientific data. Choose one breakthrough technology. Cryosleep. Passenger rockets carry 20 more colonists. A plasma rocket. Rocket travel time to and from Earth is reduced by 50%. Eternal fusion. Upgrade. Fusion reactors no longer require workers and operate at 150 performance. I don't need cryosleep. I don't need to be transporting that many people all at once. Rocket travel time is nice, but I feel like when we get this fusion reactor, to not require any workers, oof, that's going to be great. And the added performance. So it doesn't help us now, but it will eventually. He has a song called Count on Me. Might have heard of it. Pretty wholesome. You know what? I bet when I look it up later, I'm going to be like, oh, that song. You know? As one does. Hey, Jack! What's up? What's up, my friend? How you doing? How you doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa. News about FIFA. FIFA selling off the World Cup. Europe is planning to boycott FIFA if it goes ahead, which includes all 55 UEFA member nations, including the 2 hosts of the next World Cup. Whoa, whoa, I haven't heard about this yet. What do you mean they're selling off the World Cup? Like, in what way? Damn, FIFA can't rig in favor of Argentina anymore, so they decided to sell it. What? Wait, that... Hold on, hold on. I gotta look that up. The only thing that gives FIFA power is the World Cup. Without the World Cup, like... I mean, literally, like, FIFA has no power. Jesus. See, okay, I was afraid of this. I don't understand... I was hoping this would have been fixed. This is an annoying thing Yeah, see, we have that annoying thing right there. All right, so we can put that one there, and then we'll put... All right, let's turn this around. Get a better angle on it. I should just get rid of all these pumps and fix this. Alright, we'll just do it there like that. Alright. We'll load that up. Yeah, they are really trying to make the current Artemis mission, oh my god, the current Artemis mission kind of like that, but everyone involved must face that you can only land on the moon for the first time once. Yeah. But I do think landing on Mars would really be a game changer in an event like that.
Council session open.
Yeah, so here's the new thing for the relaunched version. The Earth Council is ready to convene for the first time. It is made up of the founding faction and the most important sponsors that will govern the future of Mars. So... it is nice to start off without having to do the founder phase. Negotiate it. The factions can be persuaded to change their vote, but they will want something in return. If a promise was made to a faction and it was not completed, there will be a significant loss of approval with that faction. You can negotiate multiple times with different factions to change the vote. The promises are considered accepted when the vote actually happens. So, build a forestation plant. We are going to research the Earth-Mars Initiative tech, so we'll do that. Yeah, so this will probably pass, so let's do it.
Vote passed.
There we go, we got it.
New faction opportunity.
Bruno got a lot of radio hits, so we've all probably heard at least one or two songs by him at this point. Yeah, I know, exactly. That's what's going to be so funny. I'll be like, oh yeah, that song. All right. They want to sell off a part of the World Cup under a separate company for the World Cup, which would make Infantino the commissioner of that company and essentially ultimate control. Oh, so basically they're trying to get around any of the federations having any voting power in any of this. Plus, it also makes money as they can sell shares of the company that owns the World Cup. But now all UEFA nations are boycotting FIFA, including the next World Cup. You know, yeah, like FIFA needs to understand that, like, if everybody bound together and just created another tournament, they'd be done. Like, their only power is the World Cup. And it's a lot of power. It gives them a lot of power. But, like, anybody can create a tournament, you know? Not exactly sell it off as much as sort of create a separate entity, raise money through private equity firms, and just use that company's shares to raise money and everything. God, it sounds like it's the Super League situation all over again, except this time, like how the president of UEFA was against the Super League, it's that situation, except the president of FIFA is the one doing it. God. It's essentially privatizing the ticketing and broadcasting portions while keeping the actual FIFA governing body separate with a majority ownership in the new commercial body, from what I'm seeing. He also writes a lot... He also writes a lot of songs. I was like, wait, Infantino? That is one of the most horrendous things I've ever heard. God. I swear, something happened in our world's timeline that put everything out of whack. This timeline, this deviation from our timeline kind of sucks, I have to say. Like, don't mess with the World Cup. He also writes a lot of songs for others. Oh, so even if you've never heard a song performed by Bruno Mars, you've probably heard one written by him. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know that he's also a songwriter. I do have a lot of appreciation for musicians who also write, like, their songs. So that's really cool. We need to get through that quickly. Let's speed up a little bit here. I mean, yes, but I also still see it as selling it off. He's essentially handing power to investors. Well, it sounds like he's kind of stealing the World Cup. Like, yeah, he's selling it off to a private equity, but it sounds like he's going to be the head of it. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? It sounds like he's privatizing it for himself and getting investors for himself. Hey, Shamneo, hello, hello, what's up, what's up? Look at this handsome guy with his amazing beard and cool t-shirt. Yes, how's the game going, man? I know, right? I got this from my kids. They got me a Sonic the Hedgehog shirt. I'm like, oop, like, can't wear it to work. Don't, you know. So it's definitely a cool stream shirt. It's so funny, like, my son is into Sonic the Hedgehog, but only as, like, a TV show or, like, videos he sees online. Has no real concept of it being a video game, which is wild. Or Super Bowl, where the highlights are apparently the mid-game ads. Yeah, it's true. It is very true.
Sector scan.
And not the mid-game ads. The commercials during the it's all during the whole game. It's actually, it's funny how it is. I think it is the most capitalist thing I do, where I do get excited for the ads.
Warning. Insufficient resources.
Infantino, infamous music artist. I'm feeling musician today. You know, he woke up once and said that. He listened to a Bruno Mars song and he was like, I'm feeling musician today. And while FIFA does all that, they themselves are bound by rules for a company like that because they are shareholders and controllers, but not being like that themselves. Yeah. Just, God, it's just like... It sucks that the game has to be run by one of the most corrupt organizations in human history. I mean, FIFA really is, you know? I think it's time we built a second concrete extractor. I should have made the promise to do that because I knew I was going to have to do another one. We need way too much concrete. Alright, so their dust pickups not overlapping each other. So let's get that built. We don't really need to be collecting more metal at the moment. It all came out of whack when companies realized they could just write, no, F you in the terms of service and no one would do anything about it. Yeah. You know, I have to say, it's funny we're on this topic. I've been going down a bit of a rabbit hole about going, like, decentralized on a lot of stuff in my life. I've been looking at, like, for instance, that phone, the Fairphone, And they have a version of it now that runs on a decentralized OS. I've also been thinking about like moving to Linux. So I'm just kind of getting tired of like the... Oh yeah, I've decided I'm finally moving off of Apple products. I don't have any money to buy new tech right now, but so I'm going to have my Mac laptop for the foreseeable future. But I think the next laptop I get will be PC based, but I might run Linux on it just because I'm kind of tired of all the planned obsolescence and all the AI integration of stuff. He just wants to make it a for-profit thing, yeah. Move it out of the non-profit umbrella, which is crazy because, like, how is FIFA a non-profit? That is the most ridiculous thing there is. If he gets away with this, this World Cup will never feel the same. I know. Like, why ruin this? Why ruin? How is it? It's funny, like, now he's kind of like, he's more corrupt than Sepp Blatter. How is that possible? Like, you really got to think about your life choices when you start becoming more corrupt than Sepp Blatter. Ah, here we go. All right, we're about to finish building our dome. Based kids with base taste. Yeah, right. They still make Sonic cartoons, or is he watching the ones from the 90s? You remember that? Yeah, I do remember. That's what he's watching. Yeah, I don't think there's new ones. There's been those new, like, live-action movies. But no, he's watching, like, clips on, like, kids' YouTube of the old 90s show.
Warning. Insufficient.
That is one of his primary goals, to my understanding. He wants to grow soccer in the U.S. Yeah, you know, I have to say, I'm getting kind of tired of the whole, like, gotta grow soccer in the U.S., like, narrative. Because I feel like I've been hearing it my whole life.
Milestone completed.
And I'm like, we're at a point now where the game is gonna be what it is. It'll organically grow. But I'm tired of all these people, like, proclaiming themselves like, I'm the one who's gonna change it and fix it here in the U.S. And I'm like, no, you're not. Reminds me of, like, when David Beckham came here and he was like, I'm gonna be an ambassador to the game. I'm like, you're a player on Los Angeles. Like, you're not we don't need an ambassador. I'm just tired of the whole constant narrative of that. Ah, yes, here we go. This is what I want. To be honest, we're gonna go like this. Because I want both of these buildings in the dome. Turn Mars into a giant advertisement planet. Yeah, right? Some people are already trying to do that. To be fair, the highlight of Christmas here are just long-form ad for Disney's upcoming stuff with some old classic baked in. Sure, it was started when home video wasn't really a thing yet. Yeah. Linux is so easy to get into. Yes, it's a learning curve, but everything near as scary as some Linux nerds make it out to be. See, so yesterday I was doing like a whole deep dive into if I wanted to move to Linux, how would I do that? I always had the impression it was very complicated. After watching a bunch of videos on how I would get it like loaded up on my computer, I'm like, oh, it actually is not, doesn't sound that difficult at all, actually. Same way that the NFL and PGA are nonprofits. Yeah, well, all these sports leagues are nonprofits, which is crazy. The NFL, I find to be absurd. It is like such a financial juggernaut. I was telling you that he is worse than Sepp Blatter after the reverted red card. You told me I'm wrong. Yeah. I see it now, Super Frank. You were right. You're absolutely right. I did not think there could be a person in the world more corrupt than Sepp Blatter. But I think you are right. I think he is more. Sepp Blatter is already a very low bar. Yes, I apologize. I stand corrected on that one. Oh, he doesn't want to grow for the sake of evangelizing the game. Yeah, he wants to tap. Yeah, he just wants more money out of the U.S., right? It's not very hard. I'm waiting on Steam to release their stable SteamOS version. Oh, so I was wondering if I should first start with SteamOS as an actual OS. Is the current one not really stable? All right, what do we want to do next here? Additional rewards for milestones. Oh, damn. I played right over the break. Did I miss it? I totally missed it. Apologies, everybody. Apologies. I'll get it on the next one. I did not pay homage to the gods of ads. We'll get it at the 2-hour mark. Apologies. Or maybe at the 2:30 mark, because I need more coffee at some point. Sponsor research is increased. We could use this. The production of extractors is increased at the expense of increased waste rock output. Actually, this would help us. The water extractor. Additional positive effects for sensor towers. Residential buildings have increased capacity. Unlocks the setting of birth restrictions. We will start with the research. The quicker we can do that, the better. Let's negotiate. Build a hydroponic farm. We can do that. All right. What's the other negotiations? Yeah, build a forestation plant. We can also do that. There we go.
Vote passed.
And now it passes.
New faction opportunity.
Not paying homage to the god of ads during an Infantino debate is ironical. I know, right? It's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. All right. So let me get what we need here. So we're going to keep one whole space empty for the apartments, one whole one empty for the farm. We're going to need at least 4 for this. So let's get... Oops. I think a diner is always a good first one. A full-sized medical facility. And a small space bar. We're going to keep one spot empty for when we want to connect 2 domes. And we'll get an open-air gym. But this will... Let's set the priority on this very low. And then... we'll build... the hydroponic farm. And the rare metals extractor. Let's make sure it's not going to kick up dirt onto the dome. There we go. Well, it isn't a desktop experience, or so they claim, so it's not yet meant for desktop. No, so that was one of the things I was surprised by. I found in a lot of videos. They have the big picture mode, but apparently you can run it as just an actual desktop. They have like a file system and everything like that. That's what I saw in one of the videos. I don't know for sure, but apparently you can. All right, we are going to need... much more power infrastructure if we're going to run this dome. Why do I keep clicking out of the menu? So we'll start with that. We're also going to need to get this thing up and running. So it takes 5 power. So we're going to actually just... You know, it's not so far away. Yeah, instead of giving it its own power generator, we'll just connect it to the main power grid. And then we'll put a switch over here. All right, so what do we need? 6 concrete, 2 stuff there. And take the 3 concrete. Let's get this guy over here.
Sector scan.
Go take the rest of the concrete there. I don't understand the whole our thing we like must be this big thing. I am in this world where it's kind of nice to have those little things that only yourself or very few people like to do. Or stuff that you do only for yourself, like my drawing. Yeah. Yeah, our thing we like must be this big thing. Yeah. That, like, I think I get what you're saying there. This whole mentality where it's like, if I like something, I need to, like, make sure it becomes the biggest, most important thing. And I feel like and I feel like I get what you mean by that because I grew up in the United States liking soccer my whole life. Because for most of my childhood, it was a very niche thing. I remember growing up, people like making fun of me like, oh my god, you like soccer? And now those same people are all Manchester City fans. But I was totally fine with it. I was like, I don't need you to like it. I like it. That's all I care about. You need a coffee, so we finally have our first hydration break. I know, right? Oh god, I deleted the hydration break thing from my overlays here because I'm like, it was funny for the World Cup, but not anymore. Under no circumstance. UEFA just held a vote. If the plans go through, they voted to boycott the next World Cup. Let's see what they do in 4 years' time. Yeah, I can't imagine the people who vote in FIFA will vote in favor of it anyway. I really messed up with the terrain here, man. Look at this. What did I do? Yeah, it's gonna be hard to build around here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, you don't need... It doesn't need to be something that everybody is into. I also don't mind if a bunch of people get into it. Like, again, it's kind of like what happened with soccer in this country. It was this niche thing. And then suddenly tons of people were into it. It was cool. At the same time, I'm like, you know... I mean, I guess a lot more people getting into it was nice because now it's much more readily available to watch. It's much easier to watch the game now, as opposed to like when I was a kid. But we don't talk about Bruno Mars. Yes. Hey there, Ballant Nemes. Hello. Welcome in. Yes. We don't talk about Bruno Mars. We survive Bruno Mars. How are you? Welcome in. Oh, and by just I mean minutes ago. Oh my god. Oh, so this is like... It's like happening in real time right now, huh? So we're going to get this water extractor, which is going to give us more money, or more water. So let's get another water accumulator, because I do like to have two. You know, I should have put the second one. I'd like to have one that's very close to the dome, so that say this gets disconnected. So we will build another oxygen tank. It's a lot of oxygen, but these things only take one metal for maintenance, so it's going to be fine. All right, we got the diner. All right, so let's count up... yeah, it's going to be some time for that. Let's count up how many people we're going to need. God, you know what I did wrong? I should have been doing this first. So, actually, we're going to build so that we can get people here.
Insufficient resources.
We'll build the living complex. We'll build it over here. When we get the apartment complex, I can demolish this. Oh, we still don't have... We don't have the decommission protocol. Yeah, so we'll put that over there. And so that'll give us what? 14. So I want 4 here. 2 there. That's 6. 8. 10. And 2 there. To start. Now we should start with 3 here. So do 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, and then 1 for the space bar. Alright, so let's get... oh. Damn, our rocket isn't there yet anyway. Okay. Same with darts, where I live. It was free on TV for the past 15 years. It grew over time in popularity until people I never assumed liked it asked me about the greats from the past. Now a pay TV provider bought the rights for the World Championship. By far the largest event. I feel like someone took the small thing I liked and wants to grow it by force while losing the magic of it. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. That's kind of how I feel about soccer here. I mean, I like that much more people are into it. But I think the thing that bugs me the most is like having watched the sport my whole life. This doesn't happen so much anymore, but for a period of time, and then getting lectured by people about the sport when I know you just started watching it like 3 years ago. I think that's the thing that bugs me the most. I'm like, you know, go ahead and like it, but like, understand the sport didn't start like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. The whole history of stuff that has happened. All right, we've got a good little thing going. Let's take a look at what planetary stuff we have. So import greenhouse gases, money, and fuel. So we could do that. Capture ice asteroids. Oh, so those are really the only 2 things we have. Let's see if we can trade for any technologies. Nope. Europe. Nothing. And what about you, Russia? Nothing. Okay. That feels like the ton of Americans that, maybe because they wanted to rage bait, made videos of how to make football better during the World Cup. I know. I know. It's just I really don't have time for stuff like that. I hate it when people... My feeling on the game is... The game on the field is fine. I mean, there could be little, like, rule changes and tweaks and stuff like that. That's fine. But the game on the field should be the same everywhere around the world. When it comes to league structure, I have no problems with doing different things like that. So, like, I guess the one thing about American sports I do like in the game is, like, in MLS, I like the fact that the champion of the league is determined by a playoff. I don't think every league in the world needs to be like that, but I like the fact that the league here is like that. I think there's pros and cons to it. And so I like that Europe is a league table, and over here, there's a playoff system. But I don't have time for when people are like, this is how we should change, like, the game on the field. Like, it doesn't need to be changed. Not majorly. I mean, there's always some rule changes here and there. You know, we can move this a little bit more this way. Yeah, there we go. And get a little bit more overlap. Football started as an excuse for two villages to peacefully beat the crap out of each other. Yes. By villages, we mean universities. It was really an excuse for 6 universities to in England to just beat each other up. Real shotgun expert. Just started watching and somehow more knowledgeable than the lifelong soccer fan. Yeah, I know, right? It gets like that when I hear people here be like, Messi is the greatest player to ever play the game. And I'm like, I think you can make that case. I don't think he is, but there's definitely a case to be made. But I don't have a lot of time for that when it's people that I know literally just started watching the sport, because I'm like, you can't say he's the greatest player to ever play the game when you've only been watching the sport for like 6 years. You've only seen one generation of players play the game. Like, you don't know why that is. Though I don't think it is. Oh, it's not in 4 years' time. There's the Women's World Cup next year, and the boycott would be active for this as well. Oh! Oh, so they're going to boycott that as well? Really? Wait. Oh, it's not in 4... Wait, so Infantino wants to do this selling off the World Cup thing like now? Like it would happen before the Women's World Cup next summer? That's crazy. That's truly insane. Ah, we got our rocket at home. Let's get our passenger. Let's get our first people here. So the way I usually like to do this to start is we'll clear all the flaws. No middle-aged. Just adult and youth. Yes, good. So we want to start with 2 medics. So male and youth, excellent. Male and adult, okay. We want 3 botanists. Hippie, survivor, enthusiast, nerd. Oh, I didn't look what their traits were. Gamer, enthusiast, rugged, okay. So, oh, here we go. I always want to take youth, because they're going to be around longer. So we'll take those. And then one more. Enthusiast and a nerd. Hippie and survivor. We'll take the hippie and survivor. So we'll start with 3 botanists. We want 4 geologists. Fit, composed, religious, and youth. We'll take that. Enthusiast, rugged, sexy. Take that one. They're youth. Sexy. We'll take that. We want all the sexy people. So workaholic, enthusiast, survivor, fit, composed, gamer, workaholic, sexy, rugged. Yeah, we'll take this one. And then the rest should be no specialization. Let's see how many youth there are. There's 3. Sexy, enthusiast. All the youth people are sexy. We've got a sexy group of passengers coming to Mars. All right, there we go. There's our initial. At launch anyway. That'll be done by the time they get there. Hell, even the hydration break needs to go back where it came from. Yeah. Like, that thing that they're doing during the game should not be a part of it, you know? That changes the on-field game. Just not a fan of it. Yeah, funny how when you learn about the history of the sport and all the iterations around Europe, the ball almost seems secondary. Yeah, I know, right? It's a good way to put it. The ball is secondary. He's the greatest of all my personal time. the Gump. Oh my god, I'm gonna start saying that. People are like, he's the GOAT. I'm like, no, actually, he's just your Gump. Oh boy, that was, yes. I love that. I love it. Oh hey, GMR, hello. I mean, it's not like a new viewer doesn't have the ability to look in the past. Yeah. It's like saying someone who grew up in this generation of baseball can't say Babe Ruth isn't one of the GOATs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. You can look up into the past. So if you want to do that and say Messi is the greatest ever play, like, that's fine. But, like if I say to you, what about Zinedine Zidane? Or, like, what's your opinion of Johan Cruyff? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, well, go back to YouTube for a little bit. Personally, I think Zidane is the greatest to ever play the game. That's my personal opinion. Infantino set a deadline for September 19th for all the nations to decide if yes or no. So UEFA now announced a boycott for all FIFA competitions, men and women Club World Cup, if FIFA follows through with its plans. But UEFA is corrupt as hell as well. Yeah, so maybe they just want more money. I know, that's a great point too. Like, we're sitting here saying, oh, I'm glad UEFA's doing this, but in the end, yeah, they're corrupt too. It's just for corrupt reasons they're doing it. I think we just need the actual nation associations to just bind together on this. Oh, I forgot. One thing I want to set as well. I like to put a food depot. Oops. Right next to the entrance. Oh, God. See. Oh, God. Come on. Yeah, I guess we'll do that.
A building has stopped working.
All the sexy people. All right, you got me. I'll volunteer. Yeah. If you're going to twist my arm about it, all right, I guess I'll go. What do you want? They're calling for sexy people. I'm bringing sexy back to Mars. Boom. Oh, yeah, we got to build a forestation plant. Hey, Waka Sane. Hello. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Hi, hope you're doing fine. I was just wondering, how do you get so much time to play games? I am married with 3 kids, have an office. I wish I could play Vicky 3 for 2 hours straight. Yeah, well, I'm a college professor, so I do have the summers off. So that's currently what I have going on. During the semester, the way I find time to stream is that I bunch all my classes up on a couple days. And so basically I have a couple days of the week where I'm just teaching straight through. And my brain is just absolute mush by the end of that day. But what I do get out of it is I get 2 days out of the week where I don't have to be on campus. Now, that being said, those are the days that I have to do all the other work for the classes during that time. I really don't have any time on the days that I teach since I have so many classes in the day. But I stream on the days that I'm not teaching. So that's kind of where I find the time for that. I am feeling jealous. I also want to play games like you. Yeah. I'll tell you though, one thing I found is once you start making content for games, the one thing you don't have time for anymore is to play games. Oddly enough. Ham abducting all the sexy people from Earth. Sexy youthful. Yeah. Maybe that's why the last war is going to start at some point here. There's no more sexy people on Earth. Oh, nice. So we can still get 2 more water production out of this thing. Oh, I forgot too. I do like to have a landing pad set up when that thing comes back. Let's get this thing going. Storage space full. Are we overworking the drones? Oh, we are.
Resources.
Yeah, we need more drones. They are corrupt as well. At all position that gets voted on, yeah. And those votes can be bought, unfortunately. Tell that person. Same. Yeah. Professor Great, right? You have my respect, teacher. Ah, thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Tell that to my students. Nah, my students are... I think I have their respect. Well, I have different students every 3 months or so, so... I gotta start it all over again next month. What do you teach, if that's okay to ask? Yeah, I don't mind you asking. I teach theater. I mainly teach intro to theater, though I've started to also teach intro to speech. I'm a playwright by profession, but my main bread and butter is intro to theater. All right, so we are now at the hour-and-a-half mark, so we're going to take our break now, because we are about to get hit by ads again. So, to not piss off Infantino, we're going to pay homage to the gods of ads. So, 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And we're back. All right, what do I use here? For example, the head of the Austrian FA gets voted on by the head of all 9 state FAs. Oh, those are mainly politicians that need a job. They needed a job. Head of the Austrian FA right now is a former vice chancellor. No one knows how he was able to get the job. That's what happens with the U.S. Federation as well, the U.S. Soccer Association. There's a vote, but I have no idea who the people are that vote, you know? It's all very corrupt. The person who was the coach of the United States before Pochettino, Greg Berhalter, he got the job because his brother worked at the U.S. Soccer. Like, the whole thing is also corrupt. It's such a break in language for me. Semester, oh, is what I call what I am having now, what you would call a vacation. Oh, that's interesting, really? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. You're like, oh, congratulations, you have your semester now. I'm like, what do you mean? The semester is starting. I don't want the semester to start. You're like, what are you, crazy? Hydration break, yep, that's right. You can't escape them. Can't escape them. Hey, Just 24, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. New Ham Brother unlocked. Yes, that's right. Hello, hello. I'm the space nerd, Ham Brother. They don't let me out often. How you doing? We should have a badge for every game Ham streams. That's right. Yeah, what games? How many have I streamed? I've done ones for Victoria 3, CK3, Hearts of Iron 4, EU5. Those are all the Paradox Development Studio ones. Then Frostpunk 2. Now we have Surviving Mars. I've done Ixion before. Oh, and Frostpunk 1. I think that's about it. So I guess I've done 8 games. Exact confusion I've had to explain when I don't catch that. Yeah. Yeah. You're like, my guy, stop complaining that your semester has started. I wish mine did. Oh, damn. We've had these 5 drones the whole time. Okay, so we really should send this guy somewhere. We got 4.2 billion. Something we can afford to do is to import greenhouse gases. So let's do that. All right, so they have to just fuel up, and then we'll pay for it. Now, what's going on? All right, we got a lot of resources saved up. See, when I want to build a second dome going out this way, I'm gonna have a lot of issues with the uneven ground. Hey, J-Makers, what's up, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you, good to see you. How's your day? Steel Division 44, also a Paradox published game. Oh, I don't know that one. I'm about to look that one up. Hey, LaPlace, what's up, what's up? How you doing? New York of Mars. Yes, that's right. That's what I should have named it. New York of Mars. New Mars York. Oh, or was. Oh, they sell it off or something. All right, so we had the research one. Now, I would like to get the extractors thing. Yeah, this increased residential building capacity is going to cost us money. So I don't know if this one does. Do it anyway. What can we do for negotiations? Build a forestation plant. We're going to do that anyway. Build a research lab. I eventually want to, so we'll vote on that. Build a new sensor tower. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to pass, but it'll make the factions happy if we vote anyway.
Vote failed.
Damn. We got all these I got a lot of promises built up here. All right, the Earth-Mars Initiative. I really need to bump that up the list. I think after we get the soil thing, we'll do that. You know, we can do actually we can do the forestation plant now. It's not going to take any power.
A building has stopped working.
Yeah, let's do it right here, just like this. Actually, no, that's too close to the dome. Yeah, that's good right there. We've got the 10 seeds, so that will cover 2 promises. And then a new sensor tower. We can just get that out of the way now. We have the resources for it. All right, there we go. But let's still put these on low priorities. Because we really need to get this living complex done. If we're gonna have colonists here soon. Doing well. A little sci-fi, very cool. Yes, yeah. I love this game. At some point, we'll do Stellaris on here. That'll be the 9th game of this channel, because I haven't streamed that yet, but I do love that game. I think it was more that Eugene, the developer, broke away from Paradox. My guess are they couldn't agree with the DLC stuff. It was very short-lived. Yeah, you know, from the sound of it, that's kind of what the situation here was for a little bit. There was like some disagreements I had read between like Hammermonk Games and Paradox. And then they finally like just worked it out in order to get this thing going. Which I'm glad they did. This game kind of got a lot of heat when it was announced and when it came out because all the people who owned the game, it was like, why are you releasing... They were like, why are you releasing this brand new game? Just like basically to add in this new mechanic of politics to the game. Why isn't it just a DLC in the game we already own? And they were annoyed that the new game is going to include all the previous DLC, and they're like, oh, we paid for all this DLC. But I was like, you know, it's not just that. Like, they changed the engine that the game is working on so that it's much easier to work on the game. And on top of that, if you owned Surviving Mars, if it was in your Steam library, then this game, it only costs like $15. So I was like, in the end, this really just costs... This was the cost of a DLC. But unfortunately, people were a little upset about it, so... I think the reception of the game was a little difficult. Alright, let's turn the dome on. We're gonna get our people here. So we got 4 that'll go there. Let's turn everything else on. So I'm closing off the worker slots so that people don't go there. Let's get that going. Let's get this going. We'll start off with something small, the wheatgrass. Then we'll go to microgreen, no, to leafy crops. We won't add the seeds in yet. The game from them I'd recommend trying out if you haven't played any of their war game titles are World in Conflict, a story-driven RTS about what if the Cold War got hot and Russia invaded the US. Oh, that sounds fascinating. World in Conflict. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. That sounds pretty cool. All right. We finally got our first people here. There they go. Run into the dome. I bet they're all like, you couldn't have put this landing pad a little closer? All right. All right, so both water towers are full. All the oxygen tanks are full. So we've got 3 people there, 2 there, 1 there, and 2 here. Maybe I should just put it here. Yeah, when you make people work the night shift, though, they lose sanity. Oh, let's give ourselves some extra drone rechargers. And there's nowhere down here we're going to be able to put it without it getting... It's out of the range there. Oh, look at that. Perfect. It's out of range of the dust. So whenever something is built within these areas, they're going to require maintenance more often because they're going to get dust on them. So you try to leave stuff out of there. All right. Let's put these back on normal priority. And let's get this done sooner rather than later now that we have people in the dome. Yeah, so cute they be hopping and skipping. I know, right? Yeah, and now not in here. Look, we can spy on them sleeping.
A building has stopped working.
Now you can change the camera camera angle here and kind of just move around the dome like this. And it's really cool actually when you go out of the dome and you can see the landscape. All right. You know, we haven't saved in a while. Let's take a save. We've got some money. Let's get a supply pod sent of food just to keep us stocked up for now. And let's immediately get this going to send back home. You know, I should have gotten myself a second fuel refinery. Yeah. We're fine on on power. I should diversify the power grid though and start getting us some wind as well. So maybe we'll start putting some wind turbines down here, create a little wind farm. Oh yes, something we do need to. Oh, all right, you come over here. So we need to put a switch on here so that if we do get dust storms and there's pipe leakages, we can turn the switch off and not lose our supply. Same thing with the power going out over there.
A building has stopped working.
I think we will... And then we'll put a power switch right here. If there's ever power shortages here, we can turn it off. But we can't really put a switch here because it'll cut power to the dome. You know, what I really should do is have a second power cord going. Yeah, there we go. The pipes and the power cords don't require maintenance, so they're okay to build. The issue with them is sometimes you can get leaks in the pipes and the power cords, especially during dust storms. Oh, what do we have going on here? Oh yeah, we can build the... Wait, what's...
Warning, insufficient resources.
Oh, we got a saint. I didn't realize we got a saint. Raises morale of all religious people in the dome. Benefits stack with each additional saint. I think you're the only religious person, though, so... Do we have any other religious people? Oh, we do have another one. Courtney Kent. Okay. Is he a sexy saint? No, no, one of the few non-sexy people. Oh, we need some comfort. Then they want luxury. Well, we can't give them some luxury right now, but we can give them a garden. So let's put a garden in the dome. We got the open air gym. This way nobody skips leg day anymore. The only American we got was the religious one. Is that true? You know, I never realized they don't show the nationality here.
Dust storm approaching.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, so the difficulty with dust storms is that you can't use... Oh. Okay, yeah, we've got a problem here. Let's open these guys up and temporarily give ourselves more power. We've got to get this done as quickly as possible. So during dust storms, you lose use of the solar panels, the Moxie for oxygen, and then these moisture vaporators. Though this one will still go. So you start running off of your reserve supply of oxygen and water, basically. And then you got to make sure you can still generate enough power. But we get extra power generation out of the wind turbines because of the increased speed of the wind. But we have enough stuff saved up. We also can't land rockets during it, so, or take off. So it'd be nice if this guy could just take off already. What we really need, we need more drones. We need more drones. Oh yeah, over here too. Rare metals. Yeah, get from Mars. I'll just put all of them. So we can start getting more money.
A building has stopped working.
Sometimes the entirety of Mars can be covered in a planet-spanning dust storm. Is that true? I did not know that. I didn't know sometimes there's dust storms that cover the whole planet. Jeez. It's almost like the planet doesn't want us to be there.
Action promise kept.
Alright, let's send this guy over here so we can bring the food over. Alright, so what more do we have? The Research Lab and the Earth-Mars Institute. So we'll build a research lab here. Because we're going to have another round of people that we bring once we get that, once we get the apartments researched. So go get the food. And then pick up the metal. All right. Please, somebody bring some concrete over there. Yeah, go get the concrete. All right, so go dump the metal. Oh, I forgot to tell it too. Don't put any food here. You don't want the people to have to travel far for food, so it's always good to put all the food, like, next to the dome. You should teach Elon Musk how to do this. Pretty sure he's late based on his initial schedule. I know. We always kind of knew, right? Like, he wasn't going to be able to do that. He was never going to be able to do that. That guy... I mean, I will say he probably has people employed at his company that are very good at what they're doing. But it's so funny how he tries to pretend like he's the one doing any of that. First of all, he's like the CEO of like 5 companies. Don't tell me that you have that you're maneuvering all those companies, or that being a CEO is an important job if you're the CEO of 5 companies. Like, for God's sakes, I'm a college professor, and I find it time also adding in being a content creator and video game streamer. So don't tell me being a CEO is a difficult job if you can be the CEO of 5 separate companies at the same time. Yeah, but God, I would have loved it if he did it. Oh my God. You know... So, remember at first, he had talked about how there was going to be like a reality show that he was going to create with the Mars colony? And I absolutely hate that idea of it turning into like a reality show. At the same time, just like, kind of like the World Cup, I hate the fact that that's part of it, but man, I would have watched the hell out of that. I would love to see anything actually on Mars. I'm kind of obsessed with it. Oh, but he's definitely going to do it 5 years from now, which he also said 5 years ago. Yeah. Yep. God. In 5 years. That guy. He would have still been considered a genius if we would have just shut his mouth and not been such a jerk. Oh, I forgot that. Oh yeah, I forgot we can deep scan as well. Ah, look at this. Look at this. This would be a good place for a dome, actually. We have deep rare metals here, and we have this over here. We could eventually... Yeah, wait, when we unlock tech to get a much bigger dome, we could fit both of these resources within the borders of that. I think for now, what we'll eventually do is instead of putting a second dome over here, we'll put a second dome over here so we can utilize the metals, and then we'll just create a train station that will go back and forth. If I have 5 jobs at the same time, I get fined. Yeah. A reality show. Yeah, when he had... this is going back quite a number of years now. But when... This is like well before COVID. They actually like selected people and everything. Like he announced part of how they're going to pay for the whole Mars colony is they're going to create a reality show out of it. They did a whole contest and selection process, and there are people that have been selected as to be the initial Mars colonists. I don't know what the hell those people are doing anymore because, I mean, this has got to be like 10 years ago at this point. Those people are like 10 years older by now. It's just like a massive publicity stunt that he did. Because he knew damn well that those people were never going to go to Mars. No, prioritize this rocket. Get this rocket going before the dust storm gets here. Bro, I don't watch TV, but reality TV and something juicy is going on. You better believe I know everything. That's funny. That's funny because I do watch TV. I really don't like reality TV. There's really no reality TV I watch. But man, if there was a reality show where it was actually on Mars, I would be all over that. I would be all over it. Let's not forget voluntary slavery that he promotes to get people to Mars and work off the ticket. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Isn't it kind of funny, too, how the child of apartheid thinks that way? Funny how that works. Damn, okay, we need to keep these open. Okay. We have a serious electrical grid issue here. We'll do one more of these. Because we're going to need it, and I don't want to keep these open too long. Elon Musk is just the more honest version of what both parties represent. Yeah. Yeah. I think the problem is he's just too stupid to hide it. And that's the thing, like, he actually is just, in many ways, an idiot. All right. God, research is taking a long, long time. And we do need to start buying more resources from Earth because we're not generating any of them yet. Once we get this, though, we can build the polymer factory. Several supply pods in orbit have signaled readiness to execute guided landing procedures. The supply pods are not our own, though. They seem to belong to one of our rivals. It seems a bug has caused the pod's navigational software to contact our colony instead of Russia's. We can blatantly steal their cargo, but we certainly won't be able to feign ignorance to the fact that the supply pods were theirs. Hell yeah. Finders keepers, Russia. Get the goods. I wonder what we got. Let's go get these guys in position. Vodka. Wouldn't that be amazing? If there is actually food on it, we're going to say it's vodka.
Council session open.
Yeah, we'll deal with the council in a second. I want to see what these things are.
A rocket has arrived. A rocket has
Ah, machine parts. Oh my god. I'm so glad we chose that option. Collect that stuff. Agree that he's an idiot. You don't get anywhere in the oligarchy without being dumb enough to have a file they can bring out on you. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I found so emblematic of him
has stopped working.
was when... Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, the dust storm has started. Okay. So... Yeah, so we have 13 hours worth of oxygen stored up, so that's good. And we're actually not losing any water. Wow. So all of our water needs can be supplied by this thing. That's good to know. Yeah, when a lot of the Epstein file stuff came out, there was that one part about him where apparently Epstein had emailed him that was like, hey, this weekend we're going to be meeting some diplomats. Or do you want to meet diplomats this weekend? And he like completely flew over his head, emailed back like, why would I waste my time with something like that? And then there's an email back where Epstein is like, girls, I'm talking about girls. And I'm like, even in that horrendous situation, he was just too dumb. Not saying he's too dumb to know what was going on in terms of culpability for being part of it, but I just found that to be so emblematic of him. Like, he's actually not that intelligent. Oh, man. But there are still people who love him to death. Watch my subscriber numbers start plummeting. All right. Oh, now we can actually really use the birth restrictions. We don't want people having so many kids that we run out of living spaces in the dome. People really don't want this. Yeah, we really can't do more forestation plants. We do need to build a security building. We'll promise it. The law will not pass. So, because of the faction we chose, so the forestation plant isn't going to take power. The problem is we're not going to be generating enough seeds to keep it going. Well, we need this. We need this law.
Vote passed.
There we go. All right, so now we can set inside the dome. Births are forbidden once the dome is full. Yeah, Elon is a special snowflake for sure. He just got lucky. Yeah, this is so true. That's basically what it is. Hey, King Hulk, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Good afternoon, Ham. Good afternoon to you. What is going on? The front man, I'd say. Yeah, a lot of these people have the real brains on the support team. Exactly. That's largely how a lot of this stuff happens. I think that is kind of also where this, like, long-standing conspiracy theory we always hear about, the New World Order and all that stuff, is because it's not quite like that, but there is an element of, like, the people that face the public are not actually the people who are making the biggest decisions. People who idolize these billionaires gotta be the dumbest people in the world. Yeah. The sad reality is that there are so many of them that they got us in the situation, yeah, we're in today with the Orange Man. I know.
Cable fault.
Oh, hold on, where do we have? Yep. That's why we have the power switch. Damn, though, I don't have any metal out there. Yeah, go dump this metal out there. Yeah, Orange Man is like the king of the dumb billionaires, you know? Alright, I think we can close these guys now. Twitch censored special snowflake. Are you serious? Hold on, let me look here, because I saw it on OBS. Oh, that's crazy. And it censored it in a way where it doesn't even give me the option to allow it. Sometimes it gives me the option to allow it. Oh my god, you can't say special snowflake on Twitch? Wow. Oh, you can see it? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, let's remember Twitch is owned by one of these billionaires. Owned by Jeff Bezos, so he probably does have an issue with people bashing billionaires. I notice you have been streaming different games. You're gonna make my gaming addiction worse, man. Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, I kind of have a different... I'm thinking about my schedule a little bit differently now. I'm thinking Tuesdays are still going to be dedicated to Victoria 3. I'm thinking Thursdays, instead of being totally dedicated to EU5, I'm just going to make it a variety Paradox day. So I'll do different runs of Paradox games on Thursdays. And then Friday will continue to be the general variety day. Basically, like, when the new DLC for Crusader Kings comes out, we'll be doing a double session of Crusader Kings on Thursdays. So, like, that type of situation.
Warning.
And I
Insufficient
think...
resources.
I think when the Australia run ends, the night session on Thursdays will also become Surviving Mars until we get to the finish line on this run. Yeah, you can disable chat filtering on your side. Oh, I never bothered on my work laptop, though. Okay, I gotta look into that. I know that, you know, there's a lot of settings I know on, like, Twitch as on the creator side that I don't know enough about. I gotta look into it more. Ah, good, that's done, so we can turn the power switch back on. You're kind of done with the EU5, huh? I get it. No, I'm definitely not done with it. I just need... I need a short little break from it. That's all.
Sector scan.
I'm definitely not done with it. I still really love the game. But there will be... I think I need to step away for a little bit. But the gold mines got him. Gold mines kind of did add to it. So furious about that. Yeah, no, eventually I'll go back there to EU5. I would like to do also, like, venture out into the rest of the world of EU5, which I never really did on stream. Okay, we really need more polymers. I was hoping we would get a rocket back in time. But we're going to run into an issue if we only have that many. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to do another cargo pod. These supply pods, you pay 100 million just to get the pod. So it's kind of a... It's costly if you use too many of them. But the other thing is, those things can land during the dust storm. Now, we're saying pretty good on money here. We still have 3 billion. Yeah, we gotta enact this outsourcing law. So this is what's interesting about the Surviving Mars relaunch and the new political system. There's a lot... Oh, sorry. Decommission protocol. We absolutely need that. there's a lot of stuff you used to be able to just do in the game that now you need to like pass laws for. So I used to, for day one of the run, outsource some research. Basically, you pay some money and you get additional research. Now you need to pass a law to do that. Oh, and look, we can see our forestation plant starting to spread some lichen around. Hey, the Informer. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's it going? Doing good, doing good. We are on episode 1 of a new Surviving Mars series here. So we're playing as the Terraforming Initiative. So we started off with a lot of the terraforming techs, well, a lot of 2 of them. And we added in the storyline, The Last War. So at some point that's going to begin. So we're just, we're doing our thing on Mars here. How are you doing? I'm on my 4th try. Oh, I bought the game 3 days ago. Very cool. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I've been playing this game for a long, long time. I would say the thing that took me quite a while to really appreciate and learn in this game is to not expand so too quickly.
Warning,
Just
cable fault.
Ooh, hold on one second. We can't turn that off. Just because you have the resources to build something doesn't mean you have the resources to afford the maintenance of it. That's something that killed so many of my runs early on when I was playing this game, is I'd be like, all right, this dome is full, let me build my next dome. And it's like, until you have the infrastructure to really start producing, either producing your resources or generate enough money to import the resources from Earth, it can really kill your run, because eventually as you expand, your needs get greater and greater, and then at some point it all just implodes. To Elon, rather than taking care of the planet we've already got, we must colonize another planet. Yeah, in spite over the sad fact that a self-sufficient Mars colony is pure fantasy. Yeah. You know, something that Neil deGrasse Tyson said one time that I thought was such a good, like, context. He was like, if we had the capability to colonize Mars, we probably have the capability to, like, fix the problems here on Earth. I think it said, like, if we could terraform Mars, we could fix the problems on Earth. And so we wouldn't necessarily need to go to Mars, or at least colonize it. Oh, just 24 uptime. Look at that. I was wondering why Stream Elements just did that. Look at you knowing the commands. I don't even know those commands. That is what I have just discovered. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. You learned it the hard way, like many of us have. I think I may potentially have to restart another time. I'm not positive yet. Yeah. Starting as the United States is always good to be like a first run, because the United States gets periodic funding. So if you get yourself into a hole, you know, at least at some point you'll have some money to import some more resources. Restarting can be fun. Yeah. That's what you got to do in this one sometimes. Honestly, I really want to see seismic studies on Mars for no reason other than it would be cool. Yeah. I've never actually gotten to, like, major terraforming. I don't know the percentages here. I've gotten to the point where I've gotten rain on Mars, and I've seen, like, bodies of water from the planetary view, but I've never gotten to, like, major points of it, and that's one thing I really want to do in the game. The president just signs away money. Yeah. The president of Mars right now certainly does. Because we know that Mars has Mars quakes that are dozens of times more powerful. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do get... I forgot. There's the Mars quakes in this game. Oof. Almost forgot about that. We really need to get another fuel refinery going. This research is going at a snail's pace. So I really do need to get a research institute built here. Oh, we've only got 2 souls left for that one promise. God, I really need to do that one next. I hate to say it, but... Wait, do those concrete extractors change the terrain where they work? Kind of. So they'll create a bit of an indentation here. When the resources are gone, basically what we'll do is we'll do a big flatten of the terrain, and then it'll get rid of what's here. But for the time being, as they do this, they kind of create an indentation in the terrain. How does Mars have quakes? I have no idea. I don't know the actual science behind it, but I have heard about that before. Like, it really would be a drop in the bucket in US funding to put some seismic stations there. Yeah. Yeah. We're just not... We don't actually care about space, unfortunately. And I wish we did. Don't you need tectonic plates for that? Sorry for my ignorance. No, don't say sorry. I don't know why. I know that there are. I've heard of it before, but I have no idea why they actually have that. But yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know why they would have those quakes, but they do. What I don't understand is that the Orange Man isn't done with the corruption. Who are you doing it for? You're already an old man. Yeah. You're already an old man, and like... him and even like Elon and a lot of these other people, you have all the money in the world. Like, at this point, just really, what more do you need it for? What is it you can't do? You know? I have figured out that the Blue Sun Corporation is not a good new player mission packer. Oh, man. Yeah, some of those other ones are kind of tough. I don't remember what the Blue Sun one does. I think the hardest one in the game is playing as Paradox Interactive. I considered doing this stream for that, but I really did want to get a head start on terraforming for the series. I think that if we ever do a second Surviving Mars series here, we'll play as Paradox Interactive. And even if we could colonize Mars, all habitats would more than likely have to be underground. Yeah, because there's no atmosphere to shield from radiation. Yeah, that's true. Which actually we can do in this game as well. We just need to get some more tech for it. But yeah, I watched a whole video about that one time, that the best place to build habitats are going to be underground. Not too great for the reality show, huh? That's cool. Wish more games did landscape scarring like those extractors. Yeah. I think there's other things in the game as well. There's other landscape things, too. Well, here's where we access the underground. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. Well, everything's hazy because of the dust storm as well. There's like geysers sometimes. Maybe we don't have any on our map. We also, I picked a place that's warm enough, but if you pick a part on the map that has, if you pick a colder spot on the map, you'll also get cold waves. So you'll see a lot of like frost form on the ground. I think Trump was always an Israeli agent. I don't know. I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm starting to get to the point in my life where I'm like, I'm not I'm not ruling anything out anymore. Other than the Earth being flat. I will rule that out. Mars do have plates like Earth does. Oh, okay. Though because Mars' core is inactive... Oh, the mantle is solid and not liquid with a crust above as on Earth. Ah, okay, there it is. So they do have plates. See, that makes sense, because, yeah, if there's quakes, they would have to, right? But yes, that's right, they don't have a mantle core. It's solid. Okay. Paradox's colony would require a bunch of hotfixes. That would be funny if that was an aspect of the mission sponsor Paradox Interactive in the game. Just randomly your buildings stop working and need maintenance. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just restart. It doesn't look good, but I'm out of money and materials and everybody is about to die. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. We had a decent little rumble the other day, 4.6. Wow. If you want this game, but more puzzle-based... Oh, check out Farlanders. Okay. I'll have to check that one out. Farlanders. Yeah, there's a couple of games like this I've seen. I forget the name of it. There's one game I saw where I was like, oh man, this is really just like a different version of Surviving Mars. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. Or it's more like they know how to play Trump like a fiddle. Putin tried that too. Yeah. That is, I think, probably more to the point. So many people know how to, like, play that guy. First of all, just praise him a little bit and he'll do anything you want.
Anomaly found.
Where? Nope, we didn't find an anomaly. I don't know what they're talking about there. I know that doesn't sound very big, but for the tectonic plate that is on, it's a pretty good shake. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that aspect in the game. It's been a while since I've played, so I'm kind of getting back in now. Ah, finally, we got the apartments. All right, let's get this done. And then add this in. Let's start building the apartments. Ah, the dust storm is done. Is anybody... Oh, good. So this guy's heading out. At some point, they'll go. I think he was trying to play them, but he got played because he underestimated them. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true, too. I think he thinks he's like this master politician. And he's just like Zoran Mamdani played him, I feel like. He got so wooed by Mamdani. I'm going with the astrologist this game. Oh, nice. I forget what benefits you get with the astrologist. We chose the astrogeologist. As we've been playing the entire world for such a long time. Who else can just have something to be shut down entirely by just declaring them, yeah, anti-Semitic? I know. No. And the whole world just kind of like goes along with it.
Meteor shower approaching.
Yes, now that that's gone, let's start putting our second landing pad over here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not to pull all of them under the bus, just their leaders. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's more the government. The government of that country. Just like it always is with places around the world. Like, even like Russia, right? It's like, when you talk about Russia, it's like the Russian government you're talking about. there's many people that are not on board with what's happening there either. Same in the United States here. With what's happening here in the U.S. It's the U.S. government. Majority of the people are not in favor of what's been happening. Wait, I'm an idiot. Oh, that's the astrologist. Wait, are you saying the astrogeologist is what you meant? Or the astrologist? Because I thought there is one that's an astrologist. Their form of imperialism is pretty incredible. They make government an open-air, prison with how they focus on blackmail and pressure. Of course, assassination, yeah. Yeah, Russia kind of be like that, right? I read it wrong. No, it's the astrologist. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I didn't want that. I want this. I don't really want that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Heavy mining. God, nobody's in favor of anything. You know what? Why don't we just open the floor, see what people want? So, open the floor to the factions to suggest on what law to prepare for. If the suggestion is taken, the faction will gain approval. So yeah, let's do the heavy mining law. Yeah, I don't want to do any more negotiations, so yeah, it's just gonna fail. All right, we are at the 2.5 hour mark though, so we do have to pay homage to the gods of ads here. Take a quick 90-second break. So 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, does the mystery matter? No, the mystery is kind of like something you add in for extra flavor, so you don't need it, but eventually, it's basically like a whole story that will happen in your run. So you can add it in if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to. We added in the one for the last war. Basically, it's a story of like World War III breaking out back on Earth. Oh, I meant Israel, not Russia. Oh, okay. Russia just a standard imperial government with a strong man preaching glory. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Then, yeah, I see what you mean with the other one. It did kind of applies there as well. What's extremely funny and exemplifies what a joke Russia actually is are that by their own constitution, Putin aren't even allowed to be the president, being from West Germany and all, or East Germany and all that. Oh, that's right. You always kind of forget about that. Yeah. I remember watching this thing about him one time. It's this really fascinating story that this documentarian, or I forget if it was a documentary or just like a news special, they picked out this one moment in his life and they were like, this was like the moment that defined him. And it was the day the Berlin Wall fell. He was like a station agent, one of the places, and a whole bunch of people came to storm that station. I'm completely missing some interesting details in it too, because it's been a while. But basically, it was like he came out there it was just him at the station. He came out with like a gun and basically just like authoritatively told everybody to like disperse and leave, and it actually worked. And they were like, this is where he kind of learned like to be like, never show any weakness of any kind ever, otherwise the people are going to storm the station, you know. It's very fascinating. There's a lot more to the story too that I can't think of right now. Russia is a very fragile country. I think they're about one bad week from completely collapse at any moment. Yeah, this is true, but man, does it feel like that here in the US right now. we're just one bad week away. What is that one saying that it's like for people too? You're only like one bad week away from like insanity or something like that. I think we were about 10 days away at any time. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. We're much better. We got 3 extra days to deal with. All right. How much more time do we have on that promise? We got 1 soul left. I don't know if we're going to get it. I love this little music that plays in the dome. Like, can you imagine if you had to live on Mars, this was the full extent of your world, and you had to listen to this little jingle all day, every day? No, it's everybody's about 72 hours from anarchy. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's about 72 hours away from anarchy. And unfortunately, I think it's kind of true. And some love to harp on that Zelensky are still president, but that's also due to their constitution, which doesn't allow elections during wartime. Oh, for the fear of interference. And that not everyone can vote. Oh, okay, interesting. Is that why? Is that why he's still there? God. That conflict, too. Dystopia. I would go insane right away. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton, what is up? What is up, Ham? What up, bud? Nothing much. We're just making Mars green. One little bit at a time. How you doing? Living in a dome. Daily vote on whose Spotify list to listen to. Right? I'd be like, okay, we gotta change the list. Who we vote on today, guys? Please don't make it who we voted on yesterday. And everybody's like, yeah, we only get 1 song here. Man, UEFA will boycott FIFA as it sells out. FIFA is essentially going for profit, man. Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning of the stream. Like, my God, everything is imploding in this world. The World Cup is getting privatized. UEFA is boycotting the World Cup. Like, dogs and cats living together, total chaos. Hey, Paco Vide, hello, how you doing? Bruno Mars. Oh, yeah. Right? That's what they should be picking in here. Oh, look at that. I guess... Oh, the song turns off because there's no work shift at this time. Yeah, why aren't they picking a Bruno Mars playlist? That should be who plays all the time on Mars. How you doing? Good to see you. Frankly, America isn't going to have a vote in Russia or the Middle East at this rate. Iran is exposing a lot about our empire.
Sector scan.
Yeah, like... The fact that we tried to impose our will there, and it just didn't work. Is, yeah, very true. Oh, so we're doing that, and then we're going to start deep scanning this area, which is good. And then, actually, I want to...
New special project available.
Oh, that is already deep scanned. Oh, okay. If you had to list to one song every day, what would be the third day's song?
A
Oh.
building has stopped working.
If you had to list one song every day, that would be... What would be on third day's song? Oh, man. Well, day one would be All Around the World by Oasis. For sure. God, I mean, I have my one song, yeah, to listen to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what number 2 and 3 would be. I've only ever gotten as far as 1. If I could only listen to one song ever again, it would be All Around the World by Oasis. I love that song. And the like, what do you call it? The, like, not the remix, but like the... Whatever the little change up to it is on that album as well. No thanks, I like some Bruno Mars. But working next to a radio has you going Bruno Mars crazy. Oh my god, yeah, I know what you mean. I used to work in an accounting office for a theater company. And I would listen to Spotify all day just to get, you know, through all the numbers and everything. And yeah. Boy, did that come on a lot. That was around the time that Uptown Funk was a huge song. And even though that's technically not Bruno Mars' song, it basically is. And my god, did that song come on a lot. Well, day one, pretty easy, your favorite song. Day two, oh, like my second favorite or whatever. But the third day, like, nobody has a third favorite song. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I have no idea what my third favorite... I'm having a hard time figuring out what my second favorite song would be. I mean, honestly, maybe number 2 would be like, Hey Jude. Number 3... I don't know. Nice, chilling a bit with a lot of research work, but in winter vacations, though. Okay, nice, nice. So you got some work to do, but still got a vacation going. That's good. All right, look at our nice new little apartment complex. All right, so if we can get this rocket out of here, we can get more people here. I couldn't even select my first day song because my favorite song changes depending mood. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Actually, I feel like my favorite song I wouldn't choose as my first song, because if it played over and over, I would end up hating the song, and I wouldn't want to hate it. So I'd end up choosing, like, probably my third favorite song as my day one song. You know, I didn't check before, so we're getting a 24% elevation boost here. It's pretty nice. All right, let's add another concrete depot. so that we can keep these guys pulling out concrete. I think we can speed this up a little bit. We only have 21 hours left. I don't think we're going to get this in time. I waited too long. I waited a little bit too long. All right. So we only need 3 more fuel. I think. Well, I was about to say maybe I should buy a fuel refinery, but this special mission is going to cost us 600 million. So we're going to go down to 2.4 billion. And I feel like it's a bit of a waste because when we get this, we're going to be able to build fuel refineries. Yeah, we really do need it though. I've been spending way too much money on supply pods. Jeez. Let's get that. Oh, let's get that, and let's get a whole bunch of drones. By a whole bunch, I mean 5. We need more drones. But yeah, we have a lot more water we can do. Oh, so here's the meteor storm. Ah, yes. Go get that research. Oh. Ah, we had a baby. All right. Finally, the sexy people paid off. Kaylee Redworld. I always love how... So the Martian-born colonists always have, like space-themed names. And the people from Earth don't. So we're now at 82%. We might finish that promise. We can build the research lab now. Get that out of the way.
Warning, meteor incoming.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Everybody, get your butt out of the way.
Sector scanned.
Move. All right, why don't we go on this side?
Warning, insufficient resources.
Congrats on the baby born. Thank you, thank you. You know, they grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. The colonists are nerds. Yeah. Yep, they are. Is that what, Oh, yeah, no, I don't think they have a trait yet. Yeah. Oh, my God. Why has it got to be over here? All right, you know what? Let's pack up the drones.
Warning. The colonists are on the brink of dehydration. We need to figure out something.
Oh, my God. A meteor hit our thing there.
Cable fault. A building has stopped working.
The colonists are on the brink. Oh, yeah, that's what the guy said. Water is the vital fluid which sustains all life. The human body requires a constant access to fresh, drinkable water and quickly deteriorates when none is present. Ah, thanks for explaining that. Thus, the extraction of water is one of our... Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's unpack the drones. We need you guys. Good thing we put these switches here. So now that water leakage won't hurt our production over here. So you guys go and fix that stuff. Try not to get killed by more meteors here. God, this is getting close to the dome. Wait, Ham's a dad now? I'm a Mars dad. I'm already an Earth dad. But now I get to say I'm a Mars dad. Yeah, we don't need those up there. You know what? Actually, I think we're going to need more metal over there. Silly game. My body don't need water. Coffee is what it runs on, and beer. That's right. DeWolfie, you know me too well. Beer, I guess beer and wine. I drink probably more wine than beer. But water and alcohol, that's all the body needs. Alright, yeah, so start bringing that stuff over here. You know, why don't we just make it official? Put a metal depot here. Which state were you from, Ham? I was raised. I was raised in New Jersey. Though now I consider myself a New Yorker, but yeah, I grew up in New Jersey. I'm a Jersey boy. Oh, wine. Look who thinks he's better than us. I drink straight red 40. Oh no, my friend, I do not think I'm better. When I say wine, it's a box wine. It's a fancy box wine. It's called Boda Box, but it is a box wine. So nothing fancy about it.
Faction promise kept.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, we got that promise. We also got the farm, which is nice. We really need these productivity boosts. Boosts, yeah, to both of them. We'll do that. We can now build the farm. Let's turn this off.
Warning, meteor incoming.
Oh my god. New Jersey. The place Springsteen sings about getting the hell out of it? That's right. That is what New Jersey is made for, to grow up and get the hell out of there. As I did. No, you guys, don't go over there. My colleague is a real fan of beer, but he always tells us, yeah, I drink lots of water, but it foams a little bit, and he only drinks two. The first one and then the last one. It's a good way to do it. He knows how to do it. Mix it up with some water and you're good to go. We can turn the pipes back on. Let me get this guy out of here before he gets meteorited. The only time I get wine are when it's got a wolf on the bottle. Gosh, I need to restock those bottles. Only got one left of the Volk wine. Really good, actually. Oh, man. I wonder if we have it here. It's called Volk. I'll have to look for it. Got high scores by some wine snob that I brought visiting a friend. Nice, nice.
Sectors.
That's always nice when you, like, you bring wine and you just picked it because of what the picture on the label looks like, as I do. And then you have like a wine snob friend that's like, oh, this one's very good. You're like, that's right. That's why I picked it. I knew all about that. All right.
Warning, meteor incoming.
Oh my god, stay away, stay away.
Council session open.
Whoa, I made wine and olive oil in high school for a class. That is such a cool class. What a school. I wish I had a class in high school where I made wine. Oh, that's very cool, very cool. What kind of wine did you end up making? It was very cheap too, below 10 bucks here, yes. When you can get a compliment on your cheap wine, that is a win right there. That is a win. Nicely played. Oh, hey, Paco, you're back. Hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back. Does this music right now sounds like the Stranger Things theme? All right, let's try to go for the milestones thing. Yeah, build a new fuel refinery. We're going to do that anyway.
Vote passed.
Excellent. I don't remember. I know it was a white wine. Very cool. Okay. If I knew how to make wine, I'd be done for. Now, what is this? Why is this? Oh, man.
Warning, cable fault. A
How?
building has stopped working.
Oh, this
Warning,
meteor
split
storm.
power grid.
Oh, we are in some trouble, everybody. We are in some... This one is going to be trouble. No, you're going to get toasted if you go over there. Oh, my God. You know what? So this is what I find funny.
Warning, cable fault.
People who play this game are always like, this is why you don't bunch all your stuff up. And I'm always like, yeah, I like it better that way. And you never ever get meteors in all of this one spot on the map. I can't believe the first series I do. It's happening. Ooh.
A building has stopped working.
Oh man, we're gonna have some problems here. I've made cider once. Not that hard. Even to get the bubbles. Wow! Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Maybe you grew up in Northern California wine country. There you go. See.
Warning.
In New Jersey.
Our colonists are suffocating.
Yeah.
We only have
I mean, what do you want me to do, man? Oh my God. Not much we can do about it. So let's bring this guy over here. So we can start helping. Yeah, get working, drones. It was an apple and cinnamon brew with honey for sweetener. That sounds fantastic.
Warning, meteor incoming.
Oh my God, now it's gonna just straight up hit the dome.
A building has stopped working.
Oh no, you don't go that way. Get away from there. If this thing gets hit, we are in some serious trouble. Yeah, you travel that way. Hey, Paco! What is up? What is up? Oh, wait.
Warning.
Are you Paco Vida on YouTube? I'm so used to your Twitch handle. I made a ball with grass hair in school. You know, I didn't realize that was you this whole time. Need to make it again because it was ungodly good. One of the best things I've tasted. Nice, nice. All right, our drones did pretty good there. We now need them to come back here and fix all this up.
Warning. Insufficient resources.
Although, yeah, our drones over here should be able to fix that. Let's just turn that off for now. My final for that class was to go and tour an actual working 100-year-old winery. Oh my god. What a class. I want to take that class now. I want to go tour a 100-year-old winery. Redundancies.
Meteor incoming.
It's the name of the game. I know. Well, this is my redundancy for oxygen and water. See, the problem is, since it's, I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to put a closed pipe here so that next time if we have stuff here, I can close it off from the grid and just have this stuff. I also need to put...
Warning. Cable fault. Warning. Split power grid.
I also need to have a battery here. The unnoticeable wine industry lobby. You played Workers and Resources Soviet Republic? I have not. I've watched streams of it before. I've seen it, and I'm like, oh, I bet I would love this game. But I've yet to actually play it. Don't reveal me. I'm an industry plant. Ruh-roh. The same. I have the YouTube notification, so I usually enter on YouTube and then on Twitch. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, this whole time I didn't realize it was you. Hey, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? How is it going?
Sector scan.
That grows on wine and a must.
Warning. Meteor incoming.
Oh my god. It's been a long time in this game since I've had a meteor shower actually hit my colony. Let's expand the solar panels.
Warning.
Oh.
Pipe leak.
And turn this back on. Yeah, is anybody ever gonna fix that leak? We only have like 14 hours left.
Warning. Insufficient resources.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Man, I wish I had time for learning that game. Yeah, I know, right? It does look really cool. I need to get it and sit down with it. There's quite a few games I feel like I have, and I need to like sit down and learn. All right, we can close these guys up now. We haven't actually lost any drones yet, knock on wood. So we got that going. Finally, someone's gonna fix that. You know, I just realized too, the leak is on the other side of the valve here. So we might as well just open it up. All right. Wait. Why is this flying back here with no cargo? Damn, I didn't set this up. I think I set this as a trade ship. So it dropped off the rare metals and is coming back. Ugh. That's not what I wanted to do. Because now I gotta send it back again so that we can have a rocket to bring people over. Alright, I kind of messed that up. I've been playing on a workers and resources for some months already. When I started this run, I had 200 hours approximately. Now 510. It's sucking the life out of me. That's what I'm afraid of is going to happen to me. It looks like the type of game that I'm just going to like fall deep into. It looks so good. And I've heard it's very good. A funny redundancy about the moon lander was that if the reorbit launch failed for some reason, we'd have someone go out and cut the pod loose. And then there was another one after that. Oh my god. I can't imagine actually having been like those guys up there doing that. That's got to be like one of the scariest things ever. Because it's like if you make a mistake, you're done for. And nobody can help you. Oh, we got the extra fuel refinery. I can't believe I did this with the terrain.
New special project available. Milestone completed.
There we go. But after all that, I'm still going to build everything right on top of each other. Because I like it better. I think this is one of the things ever. Wait, what do you mean by that? Just a few of the falling rocks delivered by autonomous crafts from Earth were visible to the naked eye, but a large-scale project has been completed today. Several hundred tons of rocks used to suck out and store greenhouse gases from the atmosphere on Earth have been delivered to the surface of Mars. By crash landing them all over the planet, we have triggered a chemical reaction that dissolves the rocks and contributes towards thickening the Martian atmosphere by unleashing the stored gases. Yeah, so we raised the atmosphere 2%, and we raised the temperature 1%.
A building has stopped working.
Still not enough that we're going to see anything. But eventually we'll actually start to see this stuff. Oh, here, what do we got in these things? New tech. Ooh, any 5 people and we get resources. We're definitely doing that one next. Any 6 people resources. 6 drones research progress. We might do that next. Oh, we got a bunch of really good ones here. But we gotta wait for this rocket to come back. And with all that risk, imagine the absolute balls to smuggle even a little golf ball just so you can be the first one to tee off on the moon. I know, right? I think that's what's so crazy about it, is that he snuck it there. that he wasn't supposed to bring it, and he was able to do that. Like, like what's so great about that is you do it, and you're like, what are you gonna do? I'm on Mars. I'm on the moon. You can't do anything to me. You can't take it away. That is kind of a boss move right there. Wait, where'd our other... Oh my god, they're both sitting on top of each other. Okay, I thought we lost one. I mean, that's what exploring is, right? Planning and, well, kind of figuring it out as you go. Only we already explored the Earth, yeah. Yeah, it's still kind of... It's crazy, though. It's still kind of crazy. Oh, you know, we can fit another thing here. Let's get some small alleyways for people to sit and stuff. All right. What did the factions like? Oh, yeah, Russia likes it when you build fuel. All right, so everything is building back up. I don't know why I get so... If you see me doing this thing, there's like a certain camera angle, and I like to get it precise, and it pisses me off when it's not like that. It's such a weird thing I do. I acknowledge it, but I still got to do it. Yeah, so these meteor showers sometimes are helpful because sometimes the meteors that land, you can pick up metals. Yeah, build another forestation plant, build a security building. Oh yeah, well, we are going to get rid of this. Although I could get rid of this, but this is adding service comfort. So we're doing okay on food. Yeah, no laser set up to shoot down those meteorites. Not yet. You can... we haven't researched it yet. It's so nice when you finally get that tech. Sometimes you get an event that gives you a free prefab of it early on in the game, which clearly would have been nice. But no, we haven't gotten that tech yet. I think it's on... I forget if it's physics or robotics. So, we have 13 already. We want... Oh, you know what we'll do? Oh, yeah. What we'll do is, when I get this fully staffed, we'll delete this, and then I can put the security thing there. I need 6 for here. I need 3 more geologists. That's 9. And then maybe then the security officers, maybe. I think that's what we'll do. Of course, this is coming back here. So those things are filling back up. Damn, yeah, we lost a lot of oxygen on that. So good thing I overbuilt the oxygen tanks. Turns out we really needed them. A little bar, yeah, so that your Martians can tune into FIFA. Yeah, right? Yeah, we have the little bar here. You can build a large bar, and this thing would, like, take the whole build spot. Maybe we'll do that in one of the a subsequent dome. All right. Okay, so this one's a landing. So we got to change the options on this. There's a little meteorite that we're not going to be able to use for anything. All right, let's speed up a little bit. Yeah, so cancel that. Let's go back to Earth. Let's say we'll load up 10 of them. Because by the time they load up 30 fuel, we'll probably have extracted 3 more of the rare metals.
Sector scan. No sector set for scanning.
Oh. Looks about right there. A leisure dome. Actually, no, it is good to do a leisure dome because you can get tourists, and you could start building up a tourist industry and earn money off of it. So usually, if you find like if you find a spot on the map, sometimes you'll find like squares like this, but they'll say if the dome is within range of that, you get a service comfort, like a comfort boost to the dome. I usually use those spots to create like a tourist dome, where you just load it up with amenities and stuff, and then you just have tourists go in and out of it. So wait, what is it? Yeah, 4 souls. We need another forestation plant. Unfortunately. We're going to be building out that way, so maybe kind of overlap it a little bit like this. Oh, you know what though? But that's going to be out of... Oh no, plenty of room there. All right. We got no seeds though. I hate to keep doing it, but we can still use it. This thing is taking a long time to come back. Let's open it up to the factions. Enact soil improvement as sensor tower usage policy. See, look at this. Like, two of them want the heavy mining law. Who should I take it from, though? Russia's happy. China's happy. Well, Europe's unhappy. Is there nothing I can do for them? Ugh, no. Oh, nice. Okay.
Vote passed.
There we go.
Research
So
complete.
we'll improve
Action opportunity.
soil quality around the sensor towers. Ah, nice. So we have the decommission protocol. Yeah, so let's get low G drive, kind of a basic one. Yeah, so we'll have one more rocket full of people. Maybe we'll keep this here. It gives a lot of comfort. 50 as opposed to just the 35.
Faction promise kept.
Yeah, here we go. Now this is going to get out of here. All right. There we go.
Found. Sector scan.
Get that rocket out of here.
A building has stopped working.
Yeah, I know. The seeds are on the way. All right. There we go. Give us our seeds. Be great if we had a third rocket. But it's just way too much money for us.
A rocket has arrived.
All right. Look at that little swarm of drones. All right, so now we can get this thing going.
Stopped working.
We'll get our vegetation growth from 0.01 to 0.02. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, nice. It now shows you the thresholds. I feel like it never used to do that. That's new. All right. So, how much more water do we have? Oh, we got a lot here. All right. We need more machine parts over there. And then when you're done unloading that, just come back over here. Question, am I stupid or is there no way to demolish electricity and water cables? Oh, there, Here, let me get through this thing. There is. I'll show you. But yeah, it's not as easy as the buildings and everything. Or not as yeah, hold on. The subsurface anomaly yielded a trove of new scientific data. Choose one breakthrough technology. Ooh, dry farming. Water requirement of crops are reduced by 50%. That's not bad. Plutonium synthesis. Stirling generators have increased power production while open. Gem architecture. Diamond dome with space for 2 spires. No, water, the water requirement thing. We want that.
Breakthrough discovered.
So you got to go to, you got to open the build menu. And then you see down here, salvage. And then you click one, and then you click on it. I highly recommend pausing the game while you do it. Because I've had many times in the past where like, oh, here's the cable I want to get rid of. And then I go to click it. And a drone goes right across the screen as I do it. The pipes, you can just go up here to salvage. But the power cables, you have to use this salvage thing. If you click on anything in the game while in this mode... Oh, that's the other thing. After you salvage the pipes, make sure you hit escape to get rid of the salvage thing, because when if you're going to go click something else and it's going to destroy it. Things I have done many, many a time. But yeah, that's how you get rid of the electricity. The water cables, you just you click on their... You click on them here, and then you click on salvage. Yeah, this wouldn't be so bad. But we have so much more we have to research first. See here. Now that's time in the game where we just sit and wait. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of that mode. We just gotta... We need the rockets to get home so that I can bring more people. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I need the rockets to get home to bring more people. I need the tech to finish. If I could get a polymer factory going, that's one step closer to self-sustaining. But yeah, there's moments that I feel like there's moments like that in this game much more than a lot of the other Paradox games where like you just got to let the colony run for a moment. Actually, this is where I think one of the most dangerous moments of the game are. Because there's these moments where you really should just sit and let the colony work, build your resources. But you're like, as you sit here, you're like, I want to build something. And then you start building stuff. And you should not have built stuff. Because now you're expanding the colony further than you can actually sustain it. Oh, did we get... oh, we got a rocket at home. Okay. So what do we need? What do we need? So we need 3 more geologists. We need 3 security officers. So that's 6. And then we need 6 of these guys. So that's the 12. That's what we're going to go with. So open that up. Keep all the flaws off. So in terms of botanists, we got 2 here. Fit and religious, enthusiast and nerd. So we got to lower some of the flaws. We'll allow gamblers and gluttons. There we go. Gamer, glutton, nerd, gamer, nerd, gambler. Yeah, I don't mind the gamblers because we're not building a casino in this dome, so. So we got 3 botanists. Oh, the officers. So where were those clones? Yeah, here's one of them. We do eventually. I love it's a sexy clone. Fit, sexy, gambling clone. And David Bruno. Welcome in. All right. And then the rest we need are scientists. Oh, nice. And there's exactly 6. Youth and sexy. Okay. Other sex. Gamer, sexy, workaholic. Youth. Nice. Launch them. Not gonna lie, I've fallen victim to that 3 times in a row. Yeah, it is so tough. It is so tough in this game. I still fall victim to it sometimes. Because I think, oh, I can just do a little bit. I'll just get my next dome built. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, oh, I'll just this one thing. It's like, it's the one more turn aspect of the game. But it's like, unlike Civilization, it's like, oh, just build one more thing, but the one more turn is gonna kill you. Like in Vicky 3, just one more factory level, yeah, and then you start wondering why there are no more private construction because you went over the infrastructure limit. Clones are all officers. Yeah, they're all officers. If I bring them all in, once I bring them all in, I think there were 10 of them. There's another event that'll pop up from that story. I had to put on my headphones. Weird dude was saying, sexy gamer cloned. Yeah, addict. Weird stuff. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, oh, man. Well, unfortunately, we reached our stopping point for the day. Good first episode, though. We're off to a good start. We've already got some terraforming done. So, yeah, we'll be continuing more Surviving Mars at this time next week. But I'm going to be back on tonight, as I usually do, doing more of our Australia run in Vicky 3. So that'll start around 8:30 p.m. my time. So that's in 6.5 hours from now. Whatever time you're on. No way already. Yeah, I know, right? Time kind of flew with this one. I guess because, like, it's episode 1. We're setting everything up. We had that meteor storm. Yeah, that's it. That's what we got for today. Survived that meteor shower. Bruno was merciful. He was harsh, but in the end, he was merciful. Oh man, good stuff today, everybody. Good stuff today. But hopefully, I see everybody tonight for the some more Vicky 3. That'll be it for now. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Chatting and everyone. I appreciate it. But that'll be it for now. Time to get some lunch. So I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. Hope I see you tonight. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you next time.